The Congo is one of the most resource-rich nations on Earth. These are rubber vines and they grow wild here in the rainforest. It's used in manufacturing, cars, bike tires. Congo also has a lot of timber, dense tropical hardwood. It has gold, it has cobalt. It produces 70% of the world's cobalt, which is needed for lithium-ion batteries in your phone. This guy's mining uranium. There's diamonds, coltan, which is crucial in capacitors for phones and laptops. And there's oil. It's also the second largest rainforest on Earth, which is crucial for climate regulation and carbon capture, but is being logged and stripped of its natural resources. Here's a map of all Congo's riches, and here's a map of all its mines. The Congo River is 4,700 kilometers long. It is a major trade and transport artery for the continent of Africa. It links forests to kingdoms to colonial shipping routes. Colonization of Congo started in 1482 when this guy found the river and made contact with the Kingdom of Congo. Kingdom of Congo was one of the most powerful states in pre-colonial Africa. Kingdom of Congo had its own bureaucracy, its own taxation systems, and a really healthy economy based on agriculture. They used iron tools, built long-distance trading networks, and had diverse spiritual systems. Between the 1400s and the 1600s, Portuguese destabilized Congo. They started to force conversions to Christianity and raid to steal slaves. Between the 1500s and the 1800s, the transatlantic slave trade destabilized, weakened, and militarized Congo. By the 1800s, many internal kingdoms were extremely weak, but they had not yet collapsed. They were still ruling, still trading, still negotiating with Europeans. Congo is hard to control. The terrain is extremely difficult. You are up against thick equatorial rainforest, swampy lowlands, and this massive, massive river, which is full of rapids. Lazy colonists like Britain and France prefer to dominate in areas where they can control the terrain. They would go for places where you just have quick access to ports. Just get the extraction happening quickly was key for the British. So up until the 1800s, most colonial activity by the Europeans stayed near the coast. The British were in Ghana on the Gold Coast. The French were in Senegal because their main goal was slave trade, port control, and access to the Indian Ocean. To go deep into the African interior was seen by colonizers as a mad thing to do. It was so dangerous, completely unmapped, and just not really worth it. This is King Leopold. He wanted to make Belgium an imperial power like Britain or France. Belgium had just become independent from the Netherlands, and it had no colonies. First he tried to buy land in China, and they said no. Then he tried in the Philippines. Everyone kept saying no to Leo. Then he turned to Africa, but not through the Belgian government. Leo had his own private plan. So in 1876, he founded something called the International African Association. This was a humanitarian shield. Leo told Europeans that this was to promote exploration and science. He was going to help civilize Africa. He said he was going to map the geography of Central Africa and document its flora. He presented himself as a philanthropist. Through this front organization, he got access to donations and diplomatic trust without involving the Belgian state. The IAA allowed Leopold to mask his land grab, but behind the scenes he quietly sets up a private commercial company. Comité d'études au Congo was his land acquisition machine, not accountable to Belgium.